Hello, Sault Ste. Marie, and welcome to the show. I'm Chris Oldcorn. First up, we're going to talk about the brand new numbers we just got from Algoma about our cases and what's going on here. We also have 2 new cases here in Algoma, and I'll tell you about both of those as well. And as well, we will look at what is going on in the hospital these days. Okay, first up, we are now up to 575 people tested for COVID-19 in Algoma. We have 8 positive cases, and we have 359 negative tests, and we're waiting the results for 208 of them. Case number 7, we found out about late Friday. That person is a female in her 70s, and she was traveling from London, UK. Keeping in mind, London is actually shut down right now, trying to contain the COVID-19 outbreak. She traveled from London, UK, came back here. Her flight flew into the Sudbury Airport, not the Sault Ste. Marie Airport, because the Air Canada is not flying into Sault Ste. Marie Airport right now, and she's in self-isolation. The second person is a female in her 20s, and she contacted it through what's called close contact, which is she was near someone who had COVID-19, and she has now developed COVID-19 subsequently. Now, the hospital right now is preparing for a surge. We're a border town where we have trucks going back and forth across that border every single day. The chances of us becoming a hotspot are pretty good because of that. So, Sault Area Hospital is preparing for a surge. So, this is what's happening now. They have created a COVID-19 assessment center. It's been open for about a week. It is not at the hospital. So, when you call telehealth and tell them that you're having COVID-19 symptoms, they will send you to that assessment center that is not at the hospital because they're trying to limit the exposure of COVID-19 patients to the emergency department at the hospital. That COVID-19 assessment center is open 7 days a week. It's 12 hours a day, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for people to go and get tested. They are doing enhanced screenings at all the doors into the hospital. And there's severe visitor restrictions right now. Unless someone's dying, you're probably not getting in. They have divided the hospital now into individual sections that are contained and they don't actually really interact with each other. So if there is an outbreak in the hospital, it won't go through the whole hospital, only be in a section where it breaks out. They have been trying to get enough personal protective equipment for their employees, the frontline workers. Everybody's having trouble getting that equipment, but they're doing the best they can to get as many supplies as they can here to the Sault, so that if there is a surge, we will have enough masks and other protective equipment. They are utilizing more off-site locations to do some of the outpatient services that they normally would do in the hospital to prevent people from coming to the actual hospital. So depending on what that service is, the hospital will let you know, and you will go to a different spot to have your treatment done. As part of the surge planning, they have taken all of the clinics and outpatient services, all of them to off-site locations. So there's nothing, if you're in outpatient services at all, there's pretty much nothing in the hospital for you to go for your outpatient services. Those have all been moved to other locations. Now, the emergency department is now structured differently. There's 2 tents outside. Now, this is not just a tent like you go camping in a tent. This is an actual, it's got floors, it has walls, it's got lighting, it's got heating, everything. So these tents, there's 2 of them. The first one you'll go to is tent 1. This is if you're going to the emergency department at the hospital. That tent, you will be screened, and then they will decide where you will go next. Now, tent 2 obviously is more of a waiting area / area to isolate people if they need to, or they can isolate someone immediately if they think they have COVID-19 into a place within the hospital. Now, that's what we know right now from Sault Area Hospital, but we will keep you informed if anything else happens over the next while about any changes that they've made. So keep this in mind. If you have an outpatient issue, you will not be going to the hospital for that. That will be done at a secondary site. If you need to go to an emergency room, let's say you break your arm, you can still go to the emergency room, go to tent 1, and they will do what they used to do inside, which was triage, and they will have you sent to the right spot within the emergency department to have you taken care of. We'll be right back.